Hey yo, welcome back. This is Matt from the Little Tree Auto channel, and we'll talk for a minute about these mountain wrenches. So these wrenches, I don't know when they came out. They seem to have become really popular in the last few years. So I bought them, and I absolutely love them, except for one big drawback that I'll get to in a minute. But the length is awesome. You know, it makes you never want to grab a shorter wrench unless you have some like quick twisting going on, or but like breaking things loose. These things are just awesome. Like I've totally become a wrench person over a ratchet and socket person the last few years, and I think a lot of that has to do with these long wrenches. And it's not like it's a new design. It's they've had double box on snap-ons for forever that were extra long. These are a little bit longer than those. I did used to have a set of those snap-on double box on 12 points, and I really liked them. But once you start using a ratcheting wrench, you don't want to grab. The first time you take that swing with the non-ratcheting, and you realize you have to take it off and put it back on, is just like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. So I sold those. But these are line drive. You can see there. I think it gets, yeah. So they're supposed to fit a ton of stuff, like 6-point bolts, 12-point. I believe they say they can fit. Torques, which I have done. I did brakes for on a Renegade. It was like a 17 Renegade maybe, and I didn't have my, what was it? Yeah, it's inverted torques. The like an E30 or 45 or something like that, and these did fit on there, and it worked. So these are cool. Like I like having these home because in a pinch you can be versatile with them, or they can be for you. But um, the flex head is awesome. Just being able to get that far into something and still be able to put that much power on it is just awesome. Low profile compared to a socket setup ratchet, and then it's got this offset, I guess we'll call it, on one side and not on the other. So you have just so many options. This reverse mechanism, I usually like it. There are times when you're undoing something or you're tightening a bolt and it'll knock something and switch the other direction. It doesn't happen all the time, so it's not that big of a deal. But the big problem with these to me is that these get stuck on fasteners like every time I use them. It's like they just cut into them, and it's a pain to get them off. Anything you have to put some power on, it's gonna get stuck on it. It's just annoying. It's super annoying, and I don't know why these do that, because my SK spline do not do that ever. I've never had it happen in almost every single time I use these. I used them tonight. Even when I got home, I changed oil on a Pontiac Grand Prix and freaking got stuck on where I didn't even take it off until I was done with the job. I backed the bolt out, the drain plug, left it on there because I didn't want to, fight it, tightened it on until it, was tight, and it popped the other direction and, freed itself loose. But it's just so annoying. I don't know why it does it. And I've heard some people say they don't have a problem with that at all, and a lot of people also do say that it's annoying about them. So I wish that these were 12-point or 6-point. I think Tecton makes something really similar, but they don't have the reverse, which I really do like. If that reverse mechanism was more a standard style, I'm not sure if I really like. Well, I don't know. Sometimes you can't. It's hard to get to that to push it. I don't know, but I still do like them. They're like 140 bucks. If you're a do-it-yourselfer at home and you don't want to buy a ton of tools, I would totally get these because you can use them in so many situations. It's not like you can only own a wrench set and that'll get you through everything. You obviously need to have a socket sometimes, but sometimes you can get away with this in situations where you would think you would just need a socket. So that's one of the things I really like about these. I just wish they didn't stick on stuff, or I wouldn't, I wouldn't have ever bought box on extra long ones, because you can hang on stuff too. I thought I broke one of the mechanisms in one of them at one point, but I didn't. And I mean, like, I've put a ton of pressure on these things, just waiting to hurt myself, and it hasn't happened yet. So I've used them numerous times with my 1/2 inch impact to hold like a nut while you drive a bolt, in like a strut, something like that, or control arms in some situations, like something like that, instead of having a box ender or something. I just, and they hold up just fine on those. So I'm impressed with the overall quality. I just, back to that, don't stick on them. But I do still recommend them. I think they're a great wrench, and I'm gonna plan on keeping these ones. All right. So if you have any questions about these, or you've had any similar issues, or things that you like about them, let us know in the comments. But yeah, I'll want to get an Amazon affiliate thing set up again. I had one at one point, and so you guys can see where you can get this stuff. Almost, if I don't buy it off of a tool truck, I get it off Amazon almost every single time, except for a few electrical things I've gotten at AES Wave, places like that. But I'll try to get links up for all the tools that I review, in case you guys, well, I don't even want to call them reviews. I'll say tools that I use and my thoughts. So in case you have any questions, let us know. Thanks for watching. Whoa.